Hey, what's up, guys? Yep, we're gonna do another episode. Just me ranting, half drunk. I'm gonna call this episode 34. I was just checking something out here before we get into it. My.
Oh, bitch. Well, I'll be damned. The kid is finally engaging and they're walking her down. They got her cornered. Now's the time to strike. Just look at the grandson. This brother tried his best to audition for the Rockettes. Why does he keep kicking nothing? It's as if he's trying to scratch her navel with his toe.
You want another one? Come at me, bro!
Wait, no, man. The right hand nearly sent the old man into the book of life. Had him backpedaling like Deion Sanders in the cover 3. And look at him limping. I think he needs a hip replacement. 70 seconds.
Yeah, we don't need to watch any more of that. Wow, that's amazing. I mean, what the fuck has the world? What has the world come to? I mean, what the fuck is the world coming to, bro? This is entertainment. You got a grandpa and a fucking his little fucking grandson Twink against a big Bertha who they're calling a female fat and ass cream. Who sanctioned this? What? How? And how the fuck did this come up on my feed? I don't watch shit like this. Oh my god, bro. Like, and then it just goes back to one of my questions I've been asking for years. Where is the bomb? Like, none of these people should exist. The fact that the grandpa's in there, that's his grandson, that they should not even exist. I'm sorry. Like, I didn't watch the Jake Paul and Floyd Mayweather fight. Floyd Mayweather spectacle. But I would rather watch that than this horse shit. Bro, I'd rather watch two praying menaces fucking than this horse shit. And I don't want to watch two praying menaces fuck. I don't even know where the fuck I even pulled that shit out of. But, I mean, it's, you gotta be kidding me. But fine, I guess Ohio and West Virginia and Jersey exist, so, this is not the first time I've seen something that fucking ludicrous. Or something so ludicrous, yeah. Such as that. Yeah. I've been listening to a few podcasts, just trying to get myself in the mood for this episode. Because I'm telling you, bro, I'm going to push them out a lot faster. This, bro, I guess I might be talking to one person, at least one person at a time. Right behind my screen here, it shows the views that I have. Was it 5 views for the last episode? Fucking no views for the one with my boss. And I get it. You see that shit coming up on the screen, you're like, yeah. Just looking at that, this seems like it's going to be shitty. So I'm just not going to partake. But it's not. We have a good conversation. I would suggest, if you like any content of mine, watch that. And hell, in the comments and everything, feel free to point out any hypocrisies. I love it. Human beings. And I've definitely, I'm a human being, I think. I'm a bit weird and crazy, but still a human. But we're full of hypocrisies. We're full of things that we say we wouldn't do, but in another context, we've totally already done. Or I guess not even kind of in the same context, just, literally semantical differences within the same subject matter. And I would never lie. Well, I don't even say that, because I would lie. And anyone who says that, they would never lie is a fucking liar. So people pointing out my hypocrisies? Yep. Please do. I'll address them. You know, we could get somewhere if motherfuckers would fucking shoot me comments. You know, show it to someone you don't like. I'm pretty sure I've said that before. Show it to someone you don't like. You know, so they can be like, well, this piece of shit, he's just blah, 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 blah. They're probably going to be, you know, biased, whether they support Trump or Biden, both of who should be destroyed. You know, both of who already have a foot and a half in the fucking grave. I mean, they're fucking both pushing 90, you know. Were they in their 80s? Who fucking knows? But there was one thing I was listening to. So yeah, now we're going to start the show. There's one thing I was listening to. And it was about the people working from home with the Young Turks, which hopefully, if I still remember to, I'll go into how I feel about them. If you've never heard of them, it's just another liberal fucking faction pushing a liberal agenda. But regardless, people working from home, and how a lot of bosses and shit are saying like you got to get back to work. You know, like there's people saying like there's some CEOs saying like it's part of a community, and like if you don't want to do that, you just want to sit on your couch in your pajamas. Then I mean that's not the way you live your life. And then the person who was talking, the person interviewing, Cameron Caldwell, I believe this guy's name is. You can fact check me on that. And he's interviewing this like creamy black dude, like he's like cream colored black dude, not from here, English guy. He's like, people don't know what they need. People don't know what's good for them. Now I'm looking at this old man, this Cameron fuck, and he's obviously a CEO, and I'm looking at this fucking half-breed here. And I'm like, well, this dude is, you know, looking at him, he didn't have problems in the girl department. Let's put it that way. You know, he's fucking ripped. You know, he's got the fucking thing. He's got the fucking face and the hair and the fucking creamy colored, kind of dark and creamy skin type deal. What would they know? And he's on a podcast. I don't know what he's done in his life, but what the fuck would they know about what people need? You're a CEO of a company. Your job has basically been to exploit and do whatever it takes for you to stay at the top of your mountain that you built for yourself, not for the community. And now you're saying, well, you need to get back to work. Where do you spend most of your days? I'm guessing probably not at the office. Like, it really is hilarious that all of these rich fucks talking about how you need to come back to work, you need to do this. Like, I mean, I know I've said this before, you're fucking billionaires or multi-millionaires. And you're talking about what people need to suck it up and come back to work to make the wages that you have been paying them. You know, that's the one good thing about this fucking pandemic. It really let us know exactly where we were. We have companies and corporations who sidelined all of us and said, yeah, we can't do this anymore. So we're going to terminate this employment, blah, blah, blah. Or we're closing the company, or we're just going to terminate your employment. However it's shut down for each individual company. But it was definitely the people who were making barely enough money to survive on anyway that got hurt the most. You know, like me, I lost 50 fucking pounds. Like I was almost 200 pounds, and by the end of the pandemic situation, or the lockdown situation, I was 152 pounds. You know, I put on about 30 of that back. Whatever. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? And so that's just my situation, waiting to be paid for 3 months for the unemployment thing one time, and then in another 4.5 months second time. You know, surviving on friends. You know, and them helping me out. That's what got me through. And so to sit here and listen to a dude who's got millions and millions and millions of dollars, or some other dude who probably has at least, you know, he's doing okay. You can't not be doing okay if you're talking the type of shit saying people don't know what they want. Well, or don't know what they need. I mean, honestly, I would agree to a certain extent. But they definitely know what they don't need. And that is to be fucking still getting the rest of the blood sucked out of their body, sacrificing themselves for someone else's fucking betterment and dream, because it's definitely not for theirs. They're just beating themselves. We're just beating ourselves down for other people's fucking dreams. And so if you have all of this money and you're paying your employees $10 a fucking hour, they're living in a place like fucking Hawaii or California or New York or even Jersey, because it's in proximity to New York, so those housing prices are off the fucking charts. But they're being paid $10 an hour. Minimum wage is supposed to factor in what is a livable wage. Minimum wage is supposed to be something that you can survive off of. No one can survive off, even in the other countries where still gas is $4, $5, $6 a gallon, depending on where you are. Fucking milk is $6, $7 a fucking gallon, depending on where you shop. And you're still making the same wage. By the way, when all of that stuff shut down, a lot of people just got fired or put on an extremely long fucking hiatus. But money was being sent to those companies for relief. What did they do with that money when it was being sent to them? They kept it, and they fired or put their employees on some ridiculous fucking hiatus with no pay, no nothing, no care, no nothing. And we're talking about people that already have millions and millions of dollars in the bank. And they still said, fuck you. And after the fucking pandemic is over, so you same people who that money was put there to help your work community, to give you relief when you weren't making money, but you just literally took that money and said, fuck all of you. And so now when the fucking restrictions fall and people can go back to work, you're wondering why they don't want to work. You literally said, hey, y'all can die. You can fucking die. We don't give a fuck. Why won't they come back to work? What did you do, Caldwell? Did you pay your employees while they were sitting there struggling to fucking be able to buy a pack of noodles? Huh? Or were you sitting on your fucking ass on your computer thinking about how much more money you could fucking make on the backs of anyone that you fucking could? And now because it does not suit your interest, you're angry because the peons, because you treated them like peons, don't want to come back and work for you. And for all of the Caldwells out there, this is your fault. Okay? In working from home, even if it is sitting in your pajamas, which you motherfuckers do, even if it is that, it's better than getting your life stripped away by motherfuckers, by proverbial lions. I'm gonna pause. Sorry, had to do something. Yeah, man. So yeah, you fuckers took all the money. We had to fend for ourselves, and some people decided, hey, I've got a computer, I've got technology in front of me. Why don't I do something with that? Which, by the way, it's not like technology makes it that easy. They like to say that it is. It's totally not. Trust me. I built my own website. Not fun. Not easy. Built or started 2 channels on YouTube. Got the Podbean thing going. None of the shit's easy. It's not easy. And the better you want it, the more you have to pay for it. So, not easy. And it's not just sitting in your fucking pajamas, dog. It's fucking work. It's nights of wondering how the fuck you're gonna do something because something that you've been trying to make work for hours still isn't fucking clicking. And trying to work your way around that. Trying to figure out what's the best thing to put on screen after you got 2 or 3 fucking episodes taken down because the content was not something that they fucking wanted. What platforms you can fucking expose those controversial things to. Worrying about if someone that you had on is going to then want you to cut some things out and completely change kind of the narrative of the whole podcast, depending on what that person wants to cut out, or if they even want the thing aired. And that's just me. Like, there's other people that have started like businesses that sell physical fucking assets. Fucking candles and all types of other trinkets and shit. Whatever. It's not just people sitting on the couch in their fucking pajamas. And how hypocritical of you. It's hilarious that all these rich fucks get mad when people want the same luxuries that they afford themselves on our backs. I just think that's fucking funny. Damn, I'm actually sitting here looking at this paper where on the time that I was off, I wrote down some things. And like, some of them make sense, but some of them don't. Like, some of them are Quentin Tarantino, really? Abortion? Oh, well, that one I'll get into. Life is forever. What the fuck does that even mean? Michael Jackson is a race issue only. Oh yeah, no doubt. These are all old things that I wrote down that I figured I'd discuss at some point. Reality is a hammer, nails, and a coffin. And matches if you're rich. Oh, okay. Okay. I guess I don't even actually have to explain that one anymore. Candace Owen is just a dark white person. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, she's young and beautiful and has been exposed to the white dream and hates the black narrative. Because she hates black people, because she hates herself. Yeah, that's not a white person. I don't fucking know what is. She just has dark skin. And by the way, speaking of beautiful people are made for fucking and passing on genetics. Yeah. Not for marrying. Okay? Not for dating and fucking and all this bullshit. If 2 beautiful people see each other, they should be like, are we doing this? They fuck. She fucking has the baby. And they fucking continue on. The guy, if he wants to fucking, support the woman, he should. Maybe that should be a part of society. And maybe in a socialist fucking society, marriage is fucking insignificant. Everyone's taking care of everyone. If you have a few pedophiles in there, it doesn't matter. The kids are walking around a society that's socialist. Everyone's going to try to beat up somebody that tries to snatch a kid off of a playground. And so they won't even be able to survive in the land of socialism and beautiful people that are just fucking and furthering the line of more beautiful people. So you don't have all these monsters and fucking cavemen just riding the bus, going to another telemarketing job that they suck at, or doing a fucking security job because no one else will. And I mean, that's their job, that's their life. And we needed some of them, and I suppose I'm one. So like, I'm a beautiful person, you know, especially my personality. Yeah, I could easily be stuck at a Safeway job. My thing is this: even if they're ugly, you know, or whatever your feeling about that is, pay them. Pay them enough to be able to afford their house, to be able to afford to go back and forth. You have millions of dollars. You can do it. You can afford it. You all can. Pay them. It's really not that hard of a fucking ask. But yeah, I think as far as hot people, bro, just keep this all. Fuck each other. Fuck each other. Pass on your hot genes. You know, like hot people, when they don't talk, they make the day brighter. You're just like, yeah, it's just not, no, don't talk. Just sit there and be what you're meant to be. Hot. You know, you can fucking eat a burger. Even if you're eating a burger, you're still hot. You know? Even if you're looking confused, it's a cute, hot confused. Let's be honest. If you're that hot, you're probably confused. You know? It's not like you had to be anything else. You were hot and people were just like, I'll open the door for you. Do you want this 20? Can you take off your clothes and I'll give you $1,000? You jerk off in front of this camera? You're hot. The sky's the limit for what you want to do. You can get the office job, or you can do OnlyFans. Either way, if you're that hot, you'll probably make millions. We need more hot people in the world. Or do we? They're kind of vapid as well, so that sucks. I think maybe we need more hot people, and then we need the people who are less hot, who understand things, and then the rest of them, put them in a pit, burn them all. It's over. It's over. Well, I think Jeopardy is, whoa, shut up. Well, the Democratic, whoa, shut up. You know, hot people don't give a fuck about Democrats or Republicans. They don't vote. They're hot. They're on TikTok fucking gyrating, making money. You know, going out to the beach, getting people to stare at them. They don't or sleeping and getting people to give them money on TikTok. That's what hot people do. You know, it's the rest of the people who need something that is not helping anyone. As a matter of fact, it's hurting society. Who need something to grasp to. Because they can't just look in the mirror and be like, oh, okay, it's fine. It'll be fine. I mean, look at me. It's going to be fine. You know, there's fat people who fool themselves into acting like, even though they're fat, they're hot. No, you're not hot. Now, what you can be, if you're a fat person, is beautiful. You know, but generally speaking, that needs to take a personality. You know, and just really good genetics, because I've seen a few beautiful, large women. I mean, who the fuck can say that about a dude? I don't know. I guess there are some attractive women that get with big dudes, but I don't understand it. You know, but then again, that's just whatever. Not me. You know, but yeah. But yeah, I'm of the idea that if you're hot, or if you're like a super athlete, you know, like you got really strong genes, like you're a fucking stud, and you should be planting your seed in as many things or people as you can. People, definitely people, women, you know, I mean, or whatever, or dudes. That's fine. I'm saying I think you should procreate so we can get more on the upside. Not people that literally, like, I've walked on the bus, seen a family that looked like the fucking group from Apple-Epichody. If you fucking ever watched Wrong Turn, but like them, I was like, well, I'm getting off the bus. That may be bad. I'm not saying you should do that to people. I did that though. Like I was like, oh, that's disturbing. I'm getting off the bus. Yeah, I did that. You know, and then the not so hot ones, but decent and very smart. Because if you're really hot, are you really smart? You didn't need to be. So 99 percent of them are not really smart. You have some hot people who get it. They get it, but they're all kind of dumb, you know? I mean, at least I haven't met one that's really smart. And, yeah, man. Put babies in people and fucking keep it moving. Enough of this fucking bullshit about the relationships and all that stuff. Like, it's insignificant, you know? Most relationships are doomed to fail because you're a person and you're going to get mad at the other person, probably for your own fucking faults and shortcomings. Yeah, even hot people can have faults and shortcomings. So there's going to be that. I don't think the marriage thing, and anyone who thinks like prostitutes, necessary. Pretty sure I've said this before. Necessary. If we had more people busting nuts, there'd be less people picking up guns. Am I wrong? Am I right or am I right? There'd be less people picking up guns if we had more people blowing nuts into faces and mouths and cunts and assholes. Sorry, pussies and assholes. But there's, we got all these kids. You got all these fucking teenagers just turned 18s. They're going up and fucking shooting up schools. Well, just imagine if someone had caught that person. By the way, literally caught them at the moment and was like, hey, I see you have a bad look on your face. Like, we need women or gay men out there fucking like, hey, I see you have a bad look on your face. Do you want me to suck your dick? 95% of those people would throw the guns down and be like, behind this dumpster right now, get the fucking demon out that was going to kill fucking 30 kids, get the demon out, and then going about their lives. You're like, damn, I thought I hated the world, but I just needed to come. And so that's why I think we need more beautiful people that are sluts and whores, or prostitutes. Sure, have them pay you, but also do it for humanity. Do it for all of us. Open your legs, bend over, open your mouth. We need you. You can save the world. You can save the world. Just do it. You know? So more beautiful people, less fat people, and ugly pics. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to say about that. Oh yeah, and then by the way, that whole working from home thing, that was something I heard from this. It was the Young Turks, which just speaking of everyone else, like everyone, including them, just I'm going to watch these things, and I'll probably at some point show more stuff on the TV. Maybe even get a better setup for that. But, bro, these liberal and fucking conservative mouthpieces where they just push a fucking narrative, the only one they want to push, and like, yeah, Trump, blah, 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 pleading the fifth, when he said something about the Clinton family taking the Fifth Amendment, because she had the emails, blah, blah, blah. But Trump, it's like, no. Don't skip over everything. Look, I already said last episode that they put Clown Boy in because they wanted to muddy up the whole presidency. But honestly, if they had had Hillary in there, would it have made things better? I don't think so. It would have made things more of the same. More of the lies that we were just able to just keep as lies. I will definitely say, if she was in there, or Biden, that the pandemic here wouldn't have gone nearly as bad. At the very least, if it did kill almost as many people as it did, there would have been a division, because you literally had a lot of people saying, hey, we got to do this. And then the president, who was supposed to be the top of closure for everything that they were saying needed to happen, was saying opposite shit. Well, you don't have to. We can't lock everyone up. Like, we had division within the country. So you have these people saying, like, oh, it got sloppy. Like, yeah, because the people at the top, which I've said this shit before, I mean, it's like everyone's a child. I don't even think there's a such thing as an adult. We have 80-year-old boomer children running the nation. Well, you don't like, I don't like what you said, so just vindictively, bro, who the fuck isn't acting like they're 5 at this point? So you want to sit there and be like, well, they said, and now you're just secondhand being another 5-year-old. The Young Turks, because sometimes I've heard some things on there that have been, informative or whatever, but they're just pushing a liberal agenda. Like, I like Joe, and here's the thing about Joe, like, he's said, like, okay, I'm trying to learn, and I'll take more into consideration the things I've said, and realizing that I have this platform that moves people. I'm paraphrasing. But I was just asking questions. Yeah, no, but like and I love Joe. I don't care what anyone says. I love someone who wants to learn, and I genuinely think he does. But let us talk about, the fact that you were talking to like Bill Burr, and you're saying, you're on that train. Like, oh, I'm gonna put the mask on. Like, bro, no, you were absolutely put off and felt bad. This is what I feel. Felt bad about yourself because you believed in something that now you want to reject. It's religion 101. It's a person going in there thinking, that the preacher is right and we should listen to this, and then finding out that, the preacher is fucking his niece in the mouth. And then you're like, well, if the preacher's fucking his niece in the mouth, then God must not be real. Like, bro, that was the moment that you had. And so you started bringing on all these monsters to fucking further the itch that you wanted to scratch. And yeah, people overreacted. Like, I just put you down for a minute. I just stopped watching you. But you totally were having a pandemic meltdown the way the rest of us were, just in a fucking Joe Rogan way. Now you're back. You're Joe Rogan. It's fine, dude. Like, you're still killing it. You'll probably always be killing it. You transcended the comedic world into the UFC. You had a magical career on fucking Fear Factor, and you're still the man. But you had a moment. and you veered off. And that's not to say that the ivermectin thing that you took, ivermectin? Okay. The ivermectin thing that you took was fucking horse pills or whatever. We know that the fucking, what is it, monoclonal antibodies? Is that how you say it? You know, and all that other stuff. You know, still kind of trying to scratch the itch, you know? But the bottom line is that your personal internal struggle that you could then put in a public eye was also fucking with people who also had all their internal struggles, and you have so many followers that it got in the way of the narrative that they were probably trying to push, you know, for nefarious reasons as well. But let's be honest, if we had all gotten on that path, first of all, people need to die. You know? So if the vaccine had killed some people, fuck it, even if it was me. You know, what I'm sitting here, I got fucking 5 views, no views on the last episode. What the fuck am I doing with my life? Working for this fucking guy, which in the future we'll get into. So fuck it, if that's what it was, they need to die. Anyway, and then the ones it was going to save, it was going to save. Alright. Maybe we shouldn't. Point is, you know, you kind of went off the deep end a little bit there for a minute, but I forgive you. I think hopefully the world does too. We just can't, and that's for you, we can't buy in too much into anything that anyone says. You know, a lot of times people find out later on that they betrayed themselves, you know, and the reason why they were pushing something was because of a self-resentment and a fear that they didn't want to acknowledge. You know, and bro, the government is definitely filled with people with that. I would extend the whole cops are bullies and the bullied. And I'm thinking that the government is too. All people who hated something about their lives and said, well, I'm going to affect things now in a different way where I have power and I can do this. Now there might be one or two in the world that are like that. Haven't seen them, you know. And I mean, I like Michelle Obama and Barack Obama. It's funny that I mentioned her first, because she's the woman. But I liked Michelle Obama and Barack Obama just as much as anyone that likes Michelle Obama and Barack Obama. I've heard the way they talk and everything. But as a person who's a person who myself has done all types of fucked up things in my life, and there's some people who still think I'm good. They're wrong, but they think that. That it doesn't mean that he didn't see behind the curtain and then make some decisions that he's gonna have to look back on while he's sitting in the shower like, oh, fuck, I did that. Then Michelle's gotta come and rub his back and she sucks his dick. You know, and then they go out and fucking get the girl's pizza. I'm pretty sure he's had those days. You know? But I mean, I still think he's a good person, but I could totally be wrong about that. I still think he is, though. I say look at the kids. If the kids come out, you know, if they're all crackheaded and they're doing all types of shit, you got fucking Hunter Biden, you know, fucking, you know, doing coke, you know, off of fucking hooker in Papua New Guinea, you know, you got the fucking, you got the Bush kids, fucking, you know, doing fucking, I don't know, fentanyl, probably coke too, doing coke and shit, you know, driving over fucking bodies in downtown, wherever. I just totally made that up, but they were fucked up. Hell, they even did a little skit about them in Robot Chicken, like, you're not my dad. Like, stop acting like you're good. You're not my dad. My dad is a piece of shit. You know, look at the kids. And those two kids, was it Malia and Sasha? Well, we didn't hear shit about them. No fucking, like, oh, they're acting out there, beating someone up in the fucking school. They're doing this bullshit. They were quiet. And it to me, that means at least they had decent parents, which to me speaks to a decent human being. Because honestly, to be a good parent, you have to be a decent human being. This is the way there is. It's the way it is. Most people shouldn't be parents because most people aren't decent human beings. So, there's that. That being said, I could be completely wrong. Like, you know, who knows? They could be backhanding fucking stab secretly. Who the fuck knew what they were doing? But I'm pretty sure that's not the way it was. So, we have to draw a line. And the line is this. There is no line. The line is this. When I start feeling queasy, that's the line. It's as simple as that. And that's not good for everyone. But it's where we're at now. You know, a lot of you will be wrong. A lot of you will be killed for drawing that line because you're going to err in such horrible ways. But who else are you going to listen to? Huh? Your preacher? The government? The news? They're all liars. And they should all be destroyed. You're going to listen to them? They're just trying to take your money before they take your lives. So even though most people don't know what's best for them, that's why we have a lot of Republicans and Democrats. Obviously, you don't know what's best for you if you're subscribing to either one of those fucking channels. You're literally as legitimate as a Sith or a Jedi. The Jedi were destroyed. I'm going to guess they were the Democrats. And obviously, we know the Sith, the Republicans. You know, but they had points. They had points. Oh yeah, really? It's all or nothing, so this means all of us should be killed? Yeah, you're right. You're right. It shouldn't be black and white. But that doesn't mean you're good. So if you're prescribing to any one of those channels, if you are a Catholic or a Protestant or a fucking Pentecostal or a Baptist or a Mormon or a Presbyterian, if you need those things, shouldn't you be on a team? That's another thing that these fucking conglomerate clowns like to fucking tout. Like, we need to be part of the community. You should belong to something. I don't want to belong to anything. Nothing that has to do with you. Nothing that has to do with any of you. Why would anyone want to belong to any faction or any group? Because they're all religions that is just going to let you down. What is the point? I realize I'm like staring like past the mic or past the camera. People are gonna be like, is he retarded? He might be a bit autistic. No, but who gives a fuck about the goddamn camera? Yeah, so, you know, I mean, just, like, even there, like the Stephen Colbert's, you know, the Jimmy Kimmel's, like, bro, they're mouthpieces for the fucking, you know, the left. I feel like I'm giving myself cancer by just saying, like, the left and the right. More than the cigarette. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, well, it's just because you're just a huge dick. Like, bro, get back to doing the shit that made you funny. Like, you're just a mouthpiece now? Do you see yourself? Are you hearing yourself? If you could step back for a year and not do this. Not fucking get up on all these fucking platitudes and just stand there with your hand on your fucking shoulder like, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just shocked. This is a blight on American history that, frankly, will just never be lived down. Where you're on there and you're crying. I mean, how can they do this to the children in Uvalde? I mean, please, we need laws. Please. shut up. Take the day. Go home, get some ice cream, smoke some fucking weed. You know what I mean? You're crying. Get your shit together. What the fuck are we doing? You know, we had the George Floyd. If you're going to cry, and I cry all the time, privately, behind closed doors, like men should. It's not that men shouldn't cry. It's just that you only do it publicly when it's unavoidable. Funerals. You know? That type of thing. Maybe a particular award ceremony for a very, very special person who deserves it. But for the other shit, calm yourself. You're doing, like, you're not, it's not real. I'm sorry to say, it's not fucking real. I'm just beside myself. Are you? You're about to do a skit in the next 5 minutes with fucking Millie Bobby Brown. And you're just so fucking beside yourself. I find that shit hard to believe. None of you are believable. And Seth Meyers, I just can't even listen to that fucker anymore. I'm sorry, dude. He has a kind of a funny Trump impression, but still. I mean, he doesn't even come up with my feeds anymore. I've just been like, yeah, you know, every time, bro, it's just right to the and on the Trump or the Trump or the Trumpity Trump, Trump, Trumper, Trump, Trump, fucking Trump, Trumpy, Trump, Trumpy, Trumpy, Trump, fuckery, fucking Trump, Trump, Trump. We fucking get it. All the way to Stephen Colbert, who can't even say his name. What are you? What are you? I've just been saying his name for so long because someone made you do it. You did it. And even if you're not the former president, bro, will you get your balls out of your pocket and your dick out of your ass and just say the nigga's name, please? Coming up with all these little hashtag clown bits. You can do that, but you should still be able to say the motherfucker's name. You're being a fucking clown. And you're going to ruin the things that make you funny. That was a good one. Huh? That was a good one. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Bro, it's fucking... Yeah, that's Stephen Colbert looking over at his fucking crony, John the Baptist. John Baptiste. Or the other guy. You know, the Kevin Eubanks of the fucking Late Show now. You know, the guy, he's got the bass. It's funny how they had that Marcellus dude for Jay Leno, and then Kevin Eubanks for whenever Marcellus got too famous. It's the same thing they're doing with John Baptiste, with this other kid who I don't know. He's got the fucked up teeth. He's got the bass. You know, not nearly as funny, not nearly as dynamic as John Baptiste. Which half the time that nigga was talking, I was like, what is he saying? I mean, his hair is nice. You know, he's got a pretty smile. And he can rip on that fucking piano. But I would like him to keep his mouth closed on more occasions. Like, sometimes he's just like, yeah, they got him. And it's like, that didn't even pertain to anything that he was saying. You know? Like, the Dow has gone down 500 points. I mean, John, that's crazy. Yeah, they got him. What? No. Just play the piano. Play the piano. That's what you should be doing. Play the piano. So that's how I feel about them, the Young Turks, and all that bullshit, dog. Like, yo, you're all full of shit. Honestly, like, you don't believe in yourselves, and you're 3 degrees away from being just as bad as 98% of the people in Congress, you know, who are just all liars and butt fucking each other in the mouths. Whatever that means. I don't know. But it seems twisted enough that they could pull it off. But you got the Bohemian Grove and they're fucking outside jerking off to a owl that's on fire. Like, what the fuck is happening in the world? But that seems to have been a thing forever. You know? They've all been there. You've seen the fucking owl. And then you got these wastes, this fucking biohazard mixed with puke and shit, somehow made flesh, called Ted Cruz, who, like, if someone murders him, they should get the Nobel Peace Prize. I honestly think that this person, ugh, I'm gonna get myself cancer from saying such a horrendous lie. This fuck he might be the worst person on the planet. And yeah, there's Saudi Arabia, there's all the past motherfuckers, there's the Twin Towers, there's everything, you know. There's Trump, there's Jews. No, I meant Ted Cruz is the worst person. Like, to me, I feel like he's seen all of the stuff. Like, he's been to all of the fucking orgy parties that Cawthorn fuck in the wheelchair. Which, by the way, just because you're a cripple does not make you not an asshole. He's a crippled asshole. He's a crippled cretin. You know, and he should have died in that car accident. Jokes. They're just jokes, people. You know, saying, you know, talking about the coke parties and everything fucking each other in the ass. I think Cruz saw this, but I think he was the type of person who grew up and they were like, hey, Ted. You know, they didn't even call him Ted. They just called him, like, hey, cockholster, bitch boy. Go over there and put your tongue on the fucking hole. But guys, I don't. But isn't it going to get stuck? You want to be in the group? You want to keep letting us fuck you in the ass so you can be a part of the group? Put your fucking gay ass tongue on the pole, bitch. And that was him, you know, from fucking 6th grade to fucking till he graduated. You know, just getting fucking pissed and shit on. Literally, they probably get in circles around him and piss on him and shit on him and cum in his hair, you know, and then fucking cum in his food, make him eat it. And he just took that to the White House. Like, he was like, I want to go here. I want to go, because he wanted to fucking say, I can get real power. Like, I'm tired of this. He's looking in the mirror. He's wiping the cum out of his eyes. I'm tired of being picked on. I'm going to go into Congress. I'm going to get a family. I'm going to have real power. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to hurt these guys like they hurt me. Ow, my butt. He gets in there and he's like, oh shit. All of the ones that are picking on me, these are their ancestors, because they're all 178 years old. These are their ancestors. They're all still doing this. Their balls just hang lower. So he went to Congress and he thought he was going to have power. And they were like, we're looking at you. We're looking at you right now. And we can see already that you were the bitch of the group. So here's this bucket. 85 of us have already come, shit, pissed, and spit in it. You drink it. And that's going to be how you become part of the group. Is this something everyone does? No. No, Teddy. No. A specific portion of it. You. Because that's what you are. Like, we see it in We would like to just murder you, but not even in a fast way, because someone like you doesn't deserve to die fast. Like, we'd like to murder you in a Texas way, dragging you behind a car, stripped of all your clothing and cut of all your hair, dragging you behind a car through the town during the parade while everyone cheers, because everyone would cheer if they saw you being dragged behind a car. Your children would cheer. I mean, you already threw them under the bus and said it was their fault that you left Texas during the outage, and went to whatever, Cancun. My daughters, it was their fault. I know someone else like you, by the way. They're in my life. Who likes to blame everyone, including their kid, for everything. Not good. Not good. So that's what happened. And you drank it. You drank it all. You said, we got some Tapatio? I like Tapatio on my shit come fucking piss concoction. You put the Tapatio in there and you drink it all. Because you are the least human of anything I've ever witnessed in my life. And I know Jeffrey Dahmer existed, and I know OJ's still alive. Yeah, no, you. Like, I venture to say more people have lost their lives directly because of some things that you've been a part of than any fucking serial killer or mass murder. Any fucking Bill Cosby victim. More people have lost their lives because of the things that you've done. And now that's not to say that most people in Congress aren't a party to those types of things. Hell, fucking Ocasio-Cortez probably caused a death or two. Not even realizing it. But I'm pretty sure you've realized it. Like, I've just never seen someone who has no desire at all to do anything right, who just knows everything that they're saying, everything coming out, like, worse than Trump. Like, at least he has a certain standard of, and he will back up a certain thing. Like, he's a piece of shit, and he's a fucking demon, don't get me wrong, but I don't even hate him. Like, I just find myself mesmerized. I would never, like, these people saying that I would fucking, like, like, I thought it was great because, no, you're still kind of racist saying that. Like, no, you didn't. There's a white piece in you that understands exactly what he was there for. So, no. But I don't hate him. I think I might hate Ted Cruz. I think I might. Like, if I ever got in the vicinity of him, the best I could say, I would say, oh no, I don't talk to subhumans, and walk away. That's the best thing that could come out of my mouth. The worst thing, I would totally go to prison for just walking up to him and snapping his neck. Totally. And I think that a certain judge would be like, time served. Well done. I think your family might crack a smile. Your mother and your father, if they're still alive, might crack a smile at your death. They'd be like, or at least be like, we thought he was going to die 40 years ago. I can't even believe he lived this long. I've just never met someone, I've never seen someone just so devoid of all of it. Of all of it, bro. I mean, you got Vladimir Putin, you have Hitler, but someone who just has no semblance of a soul at all. Just nothing to lead them to anything. Who's just like a broken tornado off of a stream that's just hitting anything in its path. With, you know, and it, like, just doesn't care. Doesn't care at all. Like, the thing about the rest of the people in Congress, they're afraid. They're afraid that they're going to get found out about something. They're afraid, so they lie and they make up all these different things and they push laws and they cater to lobbyists and everything. We're not talking about fear. We're talking about literally a cretin, like a parasite that would suck the scum off of a 90-year-old fucking prison mate's toes who hasn't taken a bath in 50 years. And be like, does that mean I'm better now with you guys? As he's swallowing it. Like, I just look at that piece of shit and it makes me want to murder my community. No, if I was in Texas, it would make me want to murder that community. Like, and I'm saying elections can't mean anything because how does this fuck represent, and if he represents a part of Texas, then I think that part of Texas should be fucking blown off the map. I mean, I just don't think there's any worse human that has ever existed on this fucking planet. Ever. Like, Judas included. Ever. Ever. There's no one that has ever existed on this planet that's worse than Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz is the worst human that has ever lived. That's how I feel. I could be wrong, but that's how I feel. He's not a human. He's the worst thing that has ever been brought into life. You know, a semblance of, he can breathe. He's breathing, I think. But he might just be surviving off of all the cum and shit that he's fucking swallowed and symbolizing breath. I don't know what the fuck is going on in that motherfucker's head, or what's supposed to be a head. He might be an alien. Maybe that's what it is. He's a fucking alien. Okay. It's about an hour. I mean, I think we've done enough. I've done enough shit that's probably going to get me thrown off of YouTube once I publish this episode. Crack one more, yeah. Reality is a hammer, nails, and a coffin. And latches if you're rich. I'm going to explore that one. Maybe the next time I come back on, I'll fucking have a more extensive convo about just what that means to me. Definitely the whole thing with the Michael Jackson is a race issue only. People may not like that conversation, but let's be honest. Come on, man. Like, people have been trying to get rid of this motherfucker for a long time. You had the fucking... He's dead now. He's dead now and they're still trying to fucking destroy him. It really just seems very underhanded to me. I'm not saying what he did or didn't do. Obviously, he was a fucking weirdo to the max. You know, who had a fucked up dad and no childhood. And obviously part of that to me seems that he wanted to fucking not let other children go through the fucking things that he went through. And also Arrested Development, motherfuckers. Yeah. Like, part of him is stuck at being 7. Being under the fucking, his bed fucking with the flashlight, feeding the rat cheese. You know, Mr. Rat feeding the... You would have to have watched the Jackson 5, American Dream, to know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that... I spent so many years trying to care, yeah. And I still do. But I don't really. You know? And the older I get, like I said, I can't wait till I get like 45, 50, and then I just really go off and say whatever the fuck, dude. Because by then, none of my friends will be my friends, except for the 5 or 10 people. And I know I said also last episode, it was like 2 people that I trust. No, it's more than that. There's more family than that. Like, there's probably 15 or 20 of them. I've probably got at least 15 or 20 friends that I rotate through, you know, who come through here, you know, give me ideas, are very supportive. And so to them, much appreciated and all that stuff. I'm never going to be that guy who like, thank you guys for so much of your blood. Fuck you. Fuck you. Like, my life has been hard. So fuck everyone, really. But there are those people in my life. Obviously, I talk about my dad, my brothers. You know, they're my rocks. They're the thing that helps keep me going throughout all this. You know, but I've had friends. You know, Isaiah, Michael P. What's her name? I can't remember her name. Sandy. You know, she's down at the local bar. Hopefully I'll have some of the local bar people here. Look, I'm not trying to get famous people in here who that's never going to fucking happen, you know, so I'm going to get my friends, ones I think I could have interesting conversations with. I'll get them to do podcast episodes. And I'm not saying she's going to be one of them, but she's definitely been a friend and a help for many years, you know, like help get me into comedy. Or help to push me in that direction, just by saying like, you need to believe in yourself more, type of deal. Yeah, man, I've had a few people, you know, along those lines. But then at the end of the day, you realize that most people don't give a fuck about you. You don't give a fuck about most people, you know. And even the ones you care about, like the ones I go back to, are the same ones that come back to me. It's like, no matter how long it's been, or even if I missed that text or that fucking call or message, it's like, yeah, but we're still friends, you know, because I realize I'm not that important, and they realize that too. And so then we can come back together whenever we can and still be friendly and not be like, well, why didn't you answer who gives a fuck? I was taking a shit. I was jerking off, you know. I was doing whatever the fuck I was doing. That's why I didn't. You know, what were you doing? Who gives a fuck? Like, we should get over ourselves. Those are the people I like. Those are the people I want to keep around. And there's definitely been people that have fallen away when I decided that I wasn't going to, or that I was going to stop and take a hiatus from doing this podcast thing. But the ones who, when we sit through that time period, the ones who still are in the fucking net, those are the ones I want to keep around. And they know who they are. Isaiah, Michael P., Star, Brandon, Rob, my dad, my brothers, and a few others that I'm sure I'm missing. You know, some of what you see on here, some of what you haven't. But hopefully you will. A few of my cousins too. We won't even say their names right now, but they're in the mix too. 1 or 2 of you, I'd say back off of the judgments. You know, we only live one life. And we all believe in God. So let's just chill the fuck out. You know, with the judgments. Like, all of us haven't made a shit ton of mistakes. And like, all of us know where the fuck we're heading in this life and what we're going to be doing in the next 10, 15 years. Okay? Just need you to calm the fuck down. Live your life. Say, hey, good for you. And keep moving. And if you can't do that, then, well, you can go fuck yourself too. But I don't think that's the thing with you. That's also, so it's fine. Like, we're fine. I like to say, I don't think anything that anyone can say to me can hurt me to the bone. Like, there's definitely things that'll annoy me, things that'll get under my skin. Hell, I even have reservations. I had reservations about putting out the last episode. So I called someone, or yeah, that episode, the one before it. I think actually is the one I'm talking about, that I have reservations. And, you know, you call people, you get some good feedback, you get some not so good. And then, so I was just like, oh yeah, never, I forgot that I felt like this. Fuck you all. I'll put it out anyway. The only thing I'm worried about is if YouTube will take it. If you take it, you can fuck yourself. I'm trying to live this life. I'd like to get this shit monetized at some fucking point. And now I gotta fucking listen to you and your moral standing? Man, you don't have to get that shit out of here right now. So yeah, look forward to a few more guests. I'm going to be fucking sampling some more YouTube videos as long as they don't fucking hit me for copyright, which I'm pretty sure if you go long form that they don't usually, but I also think it depends on the channel. So look forward to that, and then we'll see. Like, if you motherfuckers would ever send me some goddamn comments, you know, about what you think I should do, a topic you think I should discuss, something you think I should talk about, then maybe that could further this fucking thing along. But you're sitting there just listening to me, no one fucking really comments, I just get a like or two or whatever. So, hey, kind of fuck my fans too, the few that I have. I love you. Keep watching. Tell your fucking friends. But leave me a fucking comment. Like I said, send it to someone you don't like. That's fine. This is ridiculous, though. It's also fine. Like, I realize that there's people that have been doing this shit for fucking 5-10 years, dog. It took them 7 to 10 years to get like 50, 100,000 followers. That sucks. That's like not even, that's barely monetized. You know, but the world happens at a much faster pace. So nowadays, it's 2022. We've got like 5 good years left before the waves or the bombs come, or the homeless people just start breaking into houses and fucking everyone. So help me out here. Spread the fucking word. You know, if you like what you're hearing, then get me in there, baby. You know, I'm ready to do this. And like I said, bro, this ain't stopping until I'm dead or the world ends. Which means I'll probably be dead. We're going to be doing this podcast. So, with that being said, this is it. This is going to be episode 34. You know, appreciate anyone who watches. Like, comment, subscribe. And, go fuck yourselves, or no, that's Bill's. Can't say that. Life's a bitch.